Okay guys, what we have here is an FPV for your RC car, airplane, whatever you want to use it for. I'll throw everything back in the box here. So anyways, this has a 5-inch screen on it, as you can see. Of course, there's no camera hooked up. And if you're looking at it with the front away from you, the two antennas, this one is on the right side and this one's on the left side. It does say 5.8G, 14 dBi, which is the signal strength of the receiver end of it. It does have a little speaker on it there. This label here I pulled off of the transmitter to put the heat sink on, because I don't want to put the heat sink on over the label. However, we're going to change that heat sink out anyways here in a little bit. Okay, so buttons on this thing. Now, right now I have it plugged into a USB charge port, which is on here. Let's see if we can get where you can see these ports. So you have a USB charge port, and we have a SD card port. You have a headphone port right here. As far as the buttons, you got an on and off button right here. This button here just sends it into program mode, even though it says menu on it. It does not give you a menu. Then on this side, you can use these to go forward and back. When you're in the menu, this will change the channel if you're just using this button here independently. Again, this is the right side with it pointing away from me. The other button here, which is your record button, so again, to go through those, you got your on and off button, your channel select button, or it says menu, but I believe if we hit, let me see here, yeah, if you hit the on off button one time, it gives you your actual menu, and this will navigate you back and forth through the menu, forward and backward. If you're not in the menu, this will change the channel. I'm not sure what this one does when you're not in the menu. Let's see what that says there. I don't need the glasses for that, guys. So one of these is channel and one says band. We got a little speaker there, your lens, your little head strap, which is fairly comfortable actually, better than I thought it would be. For $109, this thing is not too shabby. Okay, so let's get into the nitty gritty of the other components. I'm going to go ahead and shut this off by holding the on off button for a minute. Okay, the first thing you get is your camera here. Camera has a little plug, looks like a 3-prong plug on the back of it. It does have a lens cap on it. I did have to go find some computer screws out of a laptop to screw it to this mounting base. The screws they sent with it were too short. The next thing would be your receiver and your antenna, which I've already put the antenna on this. Put the lens cap back on in there. So this is your receiver, and this comes with this tiny little heat sink that goes on there, and on this side it has a channel display, and then it looks like a 5-pin plug-in. So we'll go ahead and put the antenna back on him there. Okay. The next thing you get is a little button which changes your channel on your transmitter. and it looks like it has a little 2-prong plug in it. I could be wrong on these prongs without my glasses. Okay, so this is the button right here. And a connector. Let's pull the receiver back over here and take a closer look at it. So there's the receiver. Backside is just metal. And the camera. And again, it has a little lens cap on it. And it has a connector there, and then a space you have to put on it. And I had to get the screws for the base. So we get quite a few different wires here. You got 2 wires here that are spares, which is this one, which is a 5 wires that aren't connected to anything. They have a little 5-pin plug on them. And then the other spare wire you have is going to be this one. It has 3 wires, a red, a black, and a yellow, and 2 3-pin plugs on each end. Then you have this plug, or wiring set, and it has 3 plugs on it. So we have a 2-prong, we have a 4-prong, and we have a 5-prong. Our 2-prong is going to go into this button selector. And our 4-prong is going to go into our camera. Five-prong is going to go into the receiver, like so. So that gives us the outfit here, all put together. It's going to look something like this. Okay, so this came with this tiny little heat sink here, and I did turn this on, and this thing got monster hot on me. I mean, really hot, really fast. Yeah, this got really hot with this glued to the back of it here. So we're going to go just a little bit larger. And if you've got an old computer laying around, matter of fact, anytime you throw away any kind of circuit boards or computers or anything like that, pull these heat sinks off of them. Is a great idea. So basically what I plan on doing is I went ahead and kit this. This is a computer heat sink. So I went ahead and cut this in two, and then I just simply screwed it down to this box. Stick this box apart here. And I've got a Dremel here, and we're going to basically, I'm not really so much worried about this being watertight. I might put some silicone and stuff around it. Let's see if I can get this unplugged. So this is going to go in here like so and attach to the be stuck to the bottom of this heat sink here, and this should dissipate, well, a whole lot more than that thing. You can see the size difference here. These are a really handy thing if you don't have them. Silver Sharpies. I might put a link in there. Man, I use these things constantly. It seems like everything you buy is black. and it's the only thing that shows up. Alright, and I've got a little Dremel tool here. It has a little router bit, milling bit in it. And we lost our bit there, guys. Okay, so we got our heat sink off. Let's try this again. And stay just inside of that mark. I'm running my kitchen table making YouTube videos. Maybe if I ever get monetized one day, I'll replace it. And I could have cut a slot in there, but I'm going to have to get that attached to that heat sink, so I'll have to be able to get to it. Okay, I'm going to stop right there for a minute, and then we'll go ahead and get our marks on top there before I go too far. I'm thinking, yeah, because the heat sink is right out to the edge, so that's pretty much where this needs to be as well. Alrighty. Keep my mess under control here. Don't try this if you're married. You'll be in trouble. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. All right. Too many. So here's what we've got so far. That's where the board's gonna go. Okay, that took a hunk out of there I didn't want out, but that'll be alright. Nothing a little silicone won't take care of later. So there we go. Let's see if it's going to fit up in there. I think that'll work out just fine. I might need to go back just a little bit on this one side. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're done cutting for the moment. We do have to draw a hole for the camera. So the camera is going to go in the box something like this or something like this. I haven't decided yet whether I want the camera in the end. So I want this so I can mount it to different cars, and I don't want it hooked up wired to the car in any way. because my plan is to use a magnet inside of this and then put a magnet on the underside of the car body to hold it in place. Maybe even 2 magnets. Now, I wonder how much plastic I flipped in my coffee. Okay. I don't have any of this tape, so I'm going to try to salvage the tape off of this heat sink that came with it. Alright. My buddy used to work at Save a Lot. And he gave me one of these razor knives. Alright, let's see if we can do this without cutting myself or messing it up. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get that off of there. That is a pretty strong adhesive, whatever that stuff is. And maybe it's something I can just buy. I mean, I was in the computer business 40 years and I never used it. I mean, I always used heat sink grease. I never really ever glued a heat sink to anything. It was always held down with screws in one fashion or another. And we can't have any blood on YouTube. I'm gonna have to give up on this and just go research and buy some. We definitely can't fire it up without a heat sink. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to salvage that. Get it any other way I can. We might be alright just to fire it up for a minute. I thought I was going to be able to peel that off there. I guess I got fooled. Again, guys, this is just temporary. This is not the way it's going to remain. I'll go get some of the correct tape and do this proper later. I didn't know this was going to be such an ordeal. Okay, so let's get our heat sink back on here. These batteries, and they come with a little USB charger. This is a 7.4 volt. I think it'll be perfect for this. There you go. These come with a USB charger. You can get them on Amazon or wherever. They have a small plug for the charger, and then this had a bigger plug on it, which I cut off so I could adapt it to the camera system. Okay, this going in the trash. I use these quick connectors, snap connectors. I'm not sure what the right terminology is for these things, to be honest with you, but I love them. They beat the crap out of wire net and tape. So you just stick your wire in there and you flip this thing down and you've got a connection. I've got a switch that I salvaged off of something else here. Just a little on-off rocker switch. Okay, so I took the plug off of that. Now, let me show you a little trick. If you don't have your wire strippers handy, stick a lighter, heat that up. There you go. Okay, and I did strip these long on purpose. Well, I'm going to keep it this way, that way the reds are together. Plus I can understand the flow by glancing at it. Okay, so we just pop him in there, pop that down. This will be soldered to this. Wrap him up for now. Okay. So that should take care of that, okay. off here. Hope that switch works. I guess it does. Find out here in a minute. Okay, so now we got our wires coming from the camera here. Okay, and the white wire you shouldn't need. I believe that's so you can remotely, well, I guess I don't know what that white wire is for. Maybe for a battery meter, when you hook up some drones or something. In any case, we're not going to use it here. Okay, so now make sure to get this right. So this is my red wire. Let me get my glasses on there so I can see the hole. Okay, so let's try this again. Red wire, I've got it. A lot of times, if I'm using these snap connectors and a really thin wire like this, boy, this is super thin. I will go ahead and fold that wire over. Figure it might give it a little more gripping power. Okay, and now our black wire. Let's see, let's make sure that's in the O position. Pop our black wire in here. Okay, they seem to be connected well. Okay, everything's on except our receiver. So before we plug that in, at least attempt to get it halfway seated on this heat sink. I'm definitely going to have to get some tape, heat sink tape, I guess you call it. Again, I was in the computer business for 40 years and never did use it. And it's probably going to lay down once it... Okay, there is a little reset button on this thing too. I forgot to mention on the transmitter. Okay, so let's plug in our transmitter. And let's power it on here. And there she came on. Doing a countdown for us. I'm hoping that when this gets hot it'll help me stick it down there maybe. Yeah, boy, that thing's it's getting really warm really fast. Okay. So with that turned on, I kind of want to check my box here and see how everything, see if we're going to be able to fit everything in there. My main concern was I want to get this battery in there, and then we'll need to get this doodad in there, and still have room to get our camera in here. The switch can kind of go anywhere, so I think we'll be okay on the camera. It looks like we just have enough room with the battery in there. It'll go like this. Actually, that works out really good. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and fill the rest of this with some sort of foam. Make sure everything is isolated to where nothing's going to short out. And fill it with like a this kind of foam, whatever you call that. It's not styro, it's more of a cushion foam. Okay, so let's see. Wow, I cannot believe how hot that gets, and that little devil gets really, really, really hot. I hope that heat sink is. It's definitely taking some of it because the heat sink is hot. I'm trying to mash as much, get that down as tight as I can on there. So heat rises, so if this is all together like so, that should be okay. And probably what I'll do is I'll come in here and put a little, even after I tape that, I'll put a couple dots of hot glue on each side of it or something, and just to make sure that that stays put. But that thing is so hot right now I can hardly touch it. So I hope that will last a while like that. But heat and electronics is usually not a great mixture. Okay, so I'm just going to set this over here and get our camera lens off there. So I'm going to turn this power on. It's automatically searching for the camera. I've seen it pop up there for a split second. Okay, so it did not find it. You'll click on this button. The menu button is the one that makes it search. Okay, so we have a picture. So here's our little camera. Let's see if we can look at you. Let me get this on the there I am. Get it so it's not. Had you looking at it sideways, it's not. It's fairly clear. I mean, I had this on and played with it, so it's fairly clear. Point it toward the window. There's the blue snowball camera. My mess of camera equipment everywhere here. I can't wait. I think I'm going to stick this on a 5T and run it first. See where we go from there. But unfortunately, I'm stalled waiting. I'm going to be waiting on this tape because I do want to make sure that's properly cooled. And it's getting really, really hot right now. So I think I'm going to just go ahead and shut him off. Now I just need to get the hole drilled for the camera. I need to get a hole drilled for the switch. I got this on Amazon. We will be offering these on 5trc.com probably for a good bit less than what they are on Amazon. Well, I shouldn't probably say that. I mean, I am an affiliate, but we will be offering them on our site as well at 5trc.com. Get on there. Buy you a buggy, guys. You know, I'm selling the crap out of these things on eBay. Not selling that many on the website, but you know, you can save $100 a car on the website. And you know, our stuff comes directly from Rovan. It's real. It's not the knockoff or fakes that you'll see out there. If you want to make sure you get the real thing that comes directly from the Rovan factory, 5trc.com. We are soon to become the biggest supplier in the United States of Rovan. So, and I think that kind of sums it up for today. So here's everything you get. So you get the monitor with the 5-inch screen. Very nice screen. I mean, you just can't beat this outfit for the money. You got the extra wires. We do have a video output wire here that I forgot to tell you about. Of course, the project box does not come with it. That's one I had laying around here. You know, I keep a pretty good stock of them, not really laying around. This did not come with it, and the switch did not come with it. So I've added the Vox, the switch, and this connector to the outfit. And I'll see if I can find some links for this stuff too. There's some cheap ones out there that will literally come apart at the seams when you use them. The spring just pops the whole thing apart. So I'll see if I can find a link to the brand that I'm using right here, because these are the better ones. The Vox will be magnetically connected to the car. And this will be a big clunky looking thing on the car, but you know, I don't want to deal with these wires and all this stuff every time I want to use this camera. I want to be able to grab this thing, flip the switch on, magnetically attach it to the car, turn the FPV on, and take off and play. I thank you guys for watching. We'll pull this live down when I create a video from it. Everybody have a great day, what's left of it, and please subscribe.